Welcome everybody to Whale Talks Wrestling episode 85. I'm doing actually 85 and 86 because I have two big AEW things to talk about and two big New Japan shows to talk about. So instead of putting them together, I'm going to give them each their own episode so they have their own chance to shine. Because we have but this is the AEW version, I would say. This is AEW Homecoming and AEW Rampage. Uh, Both very good shows. I thought the Rampage debut went fucking awesome, just because of a certain thing that I was pretty happy about. It's probably going to be the title of this episode because I was pretty jazzed. But let's try to get into it. I'm trying to load up my notes here. My notes are not working. This is what happens when you go digital. See, I used to write down my notes just paper and pen. I think I should probably start doing that again, but I'm a shitty speller, so I don't know. It's kind of funny because like looking back at my notes, I'm just like, oh man, what the hell did I write? I'll write like people's names so wrong, and I'm just like, I kind of like reading it that way. I'm like, I'm just gonna mispronounce as much as I can, and I was like, oh well, I feel like it has a charm, it has a personal touch to the show, but let me sit here and load my notes. But yeah, AEW Homecoming was a good show. Like I said, Rampage, I really hope they can keep the momentum that they set out because that was a really good show. I enjoyed all three matches. All three title matches, which I didn't even notice until the show actually started. I was like, oh, they're all fucking title matches. Okay, I didn't fucking notice. I was like, I'm kind of stupid. Alright, I think my notes are working again. Let's see. There we go. Alright, let's get right into it. AEW Homecoming. We started off with Jericho versus Juventud Guerrero, the fucking juice, man. He looks fantastic. This dude has not aged, really. Jericho must win with a move off the top rope, is the gimmick. Hoovy is all over Jericho. Nasty leg drop dive to the outside. Legit, he just throws his fucking legs in the air, and Jericho to the outside. A lot of people were giving Jericho shit on this match, saying he was blown up, and Jericho couldn't keep up. Like, I could tell that, but like, it still didn't take away from the match. I thought the match was decent. It's like, what do you expect? Like, Jericho's 51, and Juventud is like a super ultra mega ultra high flyer. He's just like, of course he's gonna go nuts. I don't know, I just feel like people love shitting on Jericho for no reason these days. Like, it's fucking Chris Jericho, man. Like, I know he looks like, again, he's 51 years old. Like, I know some people look different at 51, but it's all genetics. Like, look at a guy like Goldberg. Like, the guy still looks fucking great, you know what I'm saying? But he can't wrestle for shit. So I'd rather have Jericho looking a little tubby, but it can still go, you know what I mean? Hoovy with a combo of strikes and a super kick to Jericho for a near fall. Locks in the Rings of Saturn to Jericho. They should have brought that up, more of a big deal. Butterfly backbreaker by Jericho, super old school. I missed that move. Jericho is tearing at the mask, getting booed, actually, which I'm like, oh my god, why would you make that spot when Jericho's supposed to be the babyface? Nice neckbreaker facebuster by Hoovy. It looked like a reverse McGillicudder. That shit looked dope as shit. Another super kick Chris Jericho kicks out. Hoovy with the Hoovy driver for a near fall. Hits the Judas effect, but he can't get the win. So he goes to the top rope, hits a beautiful looking Judas effect, the top rope Judas effect. Chris gets the win. Like I said, a very fun match. I feel like people are just very overcritical of Jericho these days. Fourth labor is now Wardlow, which I'm like, fuck. My boy Wardlow taking an L. He attacks Jericho, hits the F5, hits Hoovy with the F5, F10. Sorry, I don't mean to disrespect my man Wardlow. Hits Jericho with the casualty of war, which is the knee in the corner that he knocks people out with. I prefer the Terminator knee. That's what I kept calling it. I guess so. JR fucked up and said MJF was the special referee, and he's not. MJF is basically just on the side. He's the enforcer, kind of. Lucha Bros backstage. Andrade just like, yo, y'all niggas want a job? Like the whole time, I'm like, Andrade's not a bad guy. He's just like, yo, you guys want like a job? You guys want titles? Like Andrade's saying nothing bad here. Hangman leaves the Dark Order for now. Thank the Lord, I'm so done with this Hangman Dark Order shit. Everrise Rules, or EV2, or whatever the fuck they call it, some type of shit. It's Everrise, and Daniel Garcia, which is coming up real big, man. This guy's everywhere now. He's really good, too. I like his promo game. He just sounds like a douchebag. Versus Darby, Moxie, and Eddie Kingston. I was like, damn, they went straight to the top. Again, Everrise Rules. My boy starts it off with you want to take a swing at me? I love this, man. Everrise is marking out for Sting while on the outside. They're just like, oh my god, it's fucking Sting. Which I'm just like, yo, I feel the same way. Darby dives on one of them, pretty much murders him. Mox with the hot tag, Death Rider, and then Darby with the coffin drop for the win. This was a fun match. Then Mox and Eddie start marking out for Sting, throwing up the two sweets and everything. I'm just like, yo, this is exactly how I would book everything. I would book everyone marking out for Sting. The Elite backstage, Gallows is wearing a Ric Flair robe for some fucking reason. Young Buck says there's no more tag teams to beat. Kenny Omega with a Cookie Monster shirt, basically signifying CM Punk, because the CM stands for Cookie Monster. I don't know why Nick Jackson. I think it's Nick Jackson keeps cacawing. Like legit, he just looks at the camera and goes caca, caca. I don't understand it, but I love every single fucking second of it. Christian Cage, the Instant Classic versus The Blade. I'm telling you, every time I hear that TNA Christian theme, I get just the happiest feeling in my stomach, because that was my man's, bro. Christian jumps the Blade on his entrance. Layla Hirsch comes out, takes out the bunny. Christian is slapping the living crap out of the Blade. Christian whiffs a spear. Very, very quick match, which I wish they would have gave it a little bit more time, just basically seeing how the Blade keep knocking out people. I can't wait for the Butcher to come back. Dr. Britt Baker, Dante Must Die, comes out. Red Velvet comes out, basically wants a match and says, I'm getting a title shot at Rampage. Britt takes her out with the curve stomp. Girl, stop using that move. Stop using that. What's wrong with you? You ain't no Messiah. But yeah, this should be a good match. I've said it from day one. Even when I love Jade, but even when Red Velvet was basically fed to Jade, I said, man, this sucks because Red Velvet is so fucking good. Her new finisher is dope though. The final slice or whatever, the scissors kick into the freaking the playmaker. I'm like, that's pretty sick nasty, bro. Andrade murders Fuego del Sol backstage. Basically, she's like, yo, can you shine my shoes? Fuego del Sol's like, I didn't want to do that. And he's like, all right, I'll just beat the shit out of you anyway. I'm just like, I fucking love Andrade. I still remember him with the iPad with the fucking death triangle symbol. Where are these fuckers? This is a symbol. I don't know. I just love some stuff that AEW does. It's too funny. It's just so stupid that it's really funny. Hangman with a promo. The Super Elite interrupt. They call Hangman a failure. Hangman slaps Kenny, and then he gets jumped. Magic Killer, Dark Order comes out, but Uno and Grayson basically tell him, get the fuck back there. He told us not to help him. BT triggered 3 of them. Frankie the MILF Hunter comes out, gets his ass kicked, belt to the head of Hangman. Hangman is basically taken out storyline-wise because he having a babies. Such a bummer, though. It really should have been Hangman and Kenny in that damn main event at All Out, but oh well. Yeah, at least we get a longer title reign for Kenny. Hopefully he stays healthy. Miro versus Lee Johnson for the TNT title. Miro is eating this man alive. Miro is basically no-selling everything this man did for 3 whole minutes. I swear to God, I counted. Sidewinder slam by Miro for a near fall. Lee Johnson kicks out. Lee with the triple dive to Miro to the outside. Hits 4 super kicks. Miro is still not down. He fucking powers up, hits 1 more super kick. He finally goes down. Miro then hits his super kick, and game over. And it's pretty much done. Miro murders his man. This is a good-ass match, though. I really like Lee Johnson, man. I see a lot of potential. Christian Cajo backstage says he is now the number 1 contender. Christian versus Kenny Omega, man. I would have never, ever thought I would get this match with 2, basically, one of my favorites of all time, and then, one of my newer favorites of all time. It's crazy. The Bunny versus Layla Hirsch for whoever wins goes for the NWA Women's title. two women that have never competed in the NWA, but okay. Layla brings the best friends for the best friends. That's exactly what I wrote. The best friends for backup. Layla with a low dive on the bunny. Big moonsault but misses. Layla. Then the bunny gets hit. Does a super kick and then Death Valley driver for a near fall. Layla wins with the cross arm breaker. Layla and Camille. Camille gets in the ring and she is about 99 feet tall. And basically just she's like three Layla Hirsches. Like what the fuck? I don't know. I love Camille. Camille's pretty good, man. She's got the gimmick going. You know, she's a bad bitch. But I'm like, there's like you need a ladder just to get a face to face confrontation over here. Then we make it to the main event: Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black. Cody's still out there with the damn George Washington fucking jacket. So fucking stupid. God damn it, Cody. Black's entrance was nasty as fuck. The song, everything, the atmosphere, everything was fucking awesome. I enjoyed every second of this. Black kicks Cody's leg. Basically, that was the beginning of the end right there. We had a Brody Lee moment here where he basically just ate Cody alive. Not as convincing as Brody Lee, but he's working the leg. Black kicks Cody on the top rope. Cody ends up putting himself through a table somehow. I didn't even know what was happening. All I saw was Cody get kicked, and then Cody launches himself 50 feet in the air and goes through a table. I'm like, what the fuck? Black with a black mass kick, done. Pretty much done. He's dead. Cody loses. He pins him with just the foot on the chest. Cody with a promo after, usual Cody starts crying. Starts putting over AEW. Has to bring up WWE, of course, I quit them. They didn't fire me. I'm like, okay, Cody, yeah, Woo. Cody looks like he's going to retire. Takes his boots off. Black comes out, beats the shit out of him with a crutch. Takes one of his boots, which I'm just like, I fucking wish Black would just wear Cody's boots from now on. He's just like, I'm just gonna wear your fucking shoes till you come back, you piece of shit. But yeah, AEW Homecoming was good. I love the Jericho opening. It was nice. Everrise and Daniel Garcia made a good impression. Christian Cage and Blade could have been better. Andrade, he's just hilarious. I love every minute of it. The Hangman segment, I feel like they could have taken him out stronger. Maybe like a Melter driver on the concrete or some shit like that. Miro versus Lee Johnson was probably my favorite match of the night. And Cody and Malachi went exactly how I should have. I could have done with the dumb Cody. I could have done not having the dumb Cody promo after the match, but oh well, what are you gonna do?